Welcome, watch enthusiasts. Today, we are diving into the whimsical world of the Timex Weekender Peanuts Snoopy watch. It's not just a timepiece, it is a journey into nostalgia and style. Let's break down what makes this timepiece so special, shall we? The watch itself comes in a pretty plain packaging on the outside. It's nothing to write home about and is just a plain white box. But inside that, you see a beautiful yellow box waiting for us to open. Once you slide this out, you are greeted with a beautiful watch inside. And you can take this out and see the actual watch inside. It also comes with a lid as shown over here, and here you can see Timex X Peanuts. So usually watches, when they do some collaboration with another company like Omega and Swatch, Omega X Swatch, something like that, they went on the same lines over here, Timex X Peanuts. And there you see a beautiful picture of the Snoopy dog with the little bird. I love these two characters. They bring in such a lot of essence and happiness to the characters around them. Of course, everyone in the cartoon have their own role to play, but as you can see here, they have their own good captions, what is showing over here. Hope your day is as amazing as you are. So this is so good. So keeping this aside, you can see there are other sites which show the other characters, and at the top you have Timex X Peanuts again. Moving on to the actual box which holds the watch, there are some warranty and user instructions written over there, and of course their social media presence and a few other things which are related to the branding. And I love the color of this watch box, the blue, white and yellow combination over here. It's so good. And you also get a small little Easter egg for the watch itself with love written on top. It's so nice to look at it. And at the bottom you have the actual details of where this watch was made and where the strap was made and where the assembly was done. So it seems to be done in China, the bracelet. And here we don't call it as a bracelet, it's a slip-through nylon strap. More on that later in the video. And this watch itself was assembled in Philippines. That's pretty interesting. And a few other things, so related to their trademarks and everything has been listed over here. And if you have to take this watch out of this box, you have to cut this through. Once you have cut this loop which holds the watch in place, the watch effortlessly slides out, and you are greeted by a stand which is made out of cardboard. And that's a good thing. They went for the economical and also the route which saves the world, rather than using too much plastic which ends up in landfill all around. Though trees are being cut down, it's fine. I think it's recycled most part of it. So I truly appreciate the efforts done by Timex to make sure that they maintain the quality of the world around them. Kudos to them. And as you can see, it's pretty easy to remove them, and it's just attached on a holder over here, and it's easy to take it out. You just remove this buckle over here and voila, there sits the beautiful watch in its red slip-through strap and showing its dial and everything. More on that later. Now that we have the watch out of the box, first up, let's talk about the crystal. The watch features a durable mineral crystal providing the perfect balance between clarity and toughness. Say goodbye to worrying about scratches ruining your view of that iconic Snoopy design on the dial. But I wouldn't say the mineral glass is too tough compared to a sapphire crystal, which offers excellent hardness, around a 9 on most scale of hardness. But this, we cannot complain too much about it. Considering the price, the first thing you will notice when you're looking at this watch is that it doesn't have a seconds hand. It just has a hour hand and a minutes hand, and all around on the dial, you can see numbers 1 through 11. But if you look closely, I actually missed it. The first time when I saw it, I didn't notice that it misses the index on the dial, the 12-hour mark, and they had to do without it because of the presence of Snoopy's hat, his cute little hat hitting that area. So that's a nice touch. It still doesn't ruin anything from the functional perspective per se, but it does look good without the 12th hour. One small that I have over here is this Snoopy's hat touching the 11th index, so that could have been positioned a little bit better, but considering the way Snoopy stands with his hat and the 11th hour mark with this actual printing, it doesn't give them enough space to move things around. So I'm okay with it. It's not much of an inconvenience. It still looks good, but just one thing which I would want them to change, if I might ask them, is just that. So that's the thing about the dial. The character Snoopy plays with the bat and the ball, and I have a time-lapse video which actually shows the bat going around the dial, and it feels like it is trying to, the Snoopy character is trying to hit the baseball, and that adds a lot of fun to the watch from the character's perspective. So they had to do a few things which might bring the cost down, and one of those being this crystal, the choice of the crystal. So unless and until you take it for some places which actually does a little bit of a rough housing, or if it hits the crystal, you should be good for the most part for maintaining this crystal and the view that it gives you. When it comes to the case dimensions on this watch, including the crown, the watch measures around 40.5 mm. Excluding the crown, we can see that the watch has a diameter of around 38 mm as shown on my caliber. Lug width. This watch comes with a lug width of 20 mm, which is what we call it as a strap monster. And here we see it's 20 mm lug width. It offers us numerous options for us to swap the strap. And also, though this is not a drilled lug per se, you have the option to remove these spring bars, and you can change it for a better strap, maybe a leather one, if that would work for you. But I would ideally suggest this watch to be on a NATO strap, anything of your choice. So by default, this watch comes with a red slip-through NATO strap from the Timex watch company, and you can change it for any other options that you want to swap it for. All in all, it is a beautiful watch with a good amount of lug width and good case diameter. In order to measure the case thickness of this watch, I had to remove this NATO strap. As you can see, it's pretty thin for its size and for its presence on the wrist. Its thickness is 9.2 mm, and that's pretty good, and it can easily slip inside your cuffs, and you can wear it with pretty much any outfits. Now let's talk about what makes this watch tick. The movement. Powered by a reliable quartz movement, you can trust that this timepiece will keep ticking accurately day in and day out. It's the perfect companion for your daily adventures, whether you're exploring the great outdoors or tackling your to-do list. When you're talking about a Timex watch or a Timex weekender watch, it can never be fully satisfied until you talk about the indigo light, the star of this show. This watch features an indigo night light which you can use during the night times, and you can activate it by depressing the crown, and it's effective, and it gives off a nice green glow, and it lights up the entire dial. Here it's actually cloudy today, so you can see a little bit of the indiglo's action over here, but keep in mind, don't use this option too often throughout the day, but it will sap out the energy from the battery. It's so beautiful, and I will also add a shot of this being used inside a darker place where you can see the actual indiglo lights effectiveness in darkness. So that's a good thing about this watch. Rather than going for an LED illuminator or anything of a different kind, they made their own version of a light which is called as glow light, and that helps us to increase the readability of this watch in night. The next thing is the strap, a crucial element in any watch design. The Timex Weekender Peanut Snoopy watch comes with a durable and interchangeable nylon strap, perfect for those who appreciate both style and functionality. Plus, it is easy to swap out for a different look whenever the mood strikes. So when can you wear this beautiful watch? The answer is simple. Anytime, anywhere. Whether you are dressing up for a night out on the town or keeping it casual on the weekends, the Timex Weekender Peanuts Snoopy watch adds a touch of charm to any outfit. You can swap the given strap with a leather strap to make it a little bit more formal. Of course, I wouldn't suggest it to be taken to a boardroom, but you can make it a little bit formal by using a leather strap, or leave it on the NATO, or swap it out with any other colorful NATO straps to add a pop of color to the watch. Have fun! So there you have it, folks. The Timex Weekender Peanuts Snoopy watch. It's more than just a watch. It's a celebration of nostalgia, style, and functionality. Whether you are a Peanuts fan or simply appreciate a well-crafted timepiece, this watch is sure to put a smile on your face every time you wear it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on ticking.